Oh, I am just so humbled and honored to be here. I can't tell you how surprised I was when I got the phone call from somebody named Matt. And I didn't know who Matt was on my phone talking to me. But it turns out that Matt was Mr. Powell. and I told Mr. Powell, I said, I don't care how old I get, how many degrees I put on my wall, you will always be Mr. Powell. But I was really humbled and honored and a little excited because I have to tell you, I always imagined that my future life would be full of jet setting, traveling and adventures, that I would get to whirlwind across the country. And so when I found out that I would be flying in on a Wednesday night and flying out on a Thursday night and no one at Duke would even know I was gone, I was so excited I said yes. But in between, my final, preparing for final examinations and finishing my honor thesis, I had to sit down and think about what I was going to say this afternoon. And as I was, sitting down, reminiscing over my time here at De La Salle and what it meant for me, I decided to title this talk, The De La Salle Difference. I firmly believe that there is a difference between coming to De La Salle and any other school in the world. I'll just go on and say it. There are other LaSallian schools, there are other Crystal Ray schools, but there's only one De La Salle North Catholic High School. And I want you to know that there is a difference. The first difference is faith. De La Salle is a place that helps you cultivate a sense of faith because it never lets you forget, no matter what you're doing or where you're going, that you are in the presence of God. And more than a throwaway reminder or something obligatory at the beginning of class, you understand that that is important because it compels you to conduct yourself with a sense of faith, integrity, honor, and responsibility in all your endeavors. You understand that faith compels you to action and that you learn the importance of helping people, because faith helps you learn that you serve a God who, above all else, admonished us to serve our fellow man. And more importantly than that, you understand that faith compels you to believe. It compels you to believe in yourself. It compels you to believe in your classmates. It compels you to believe in your teachers. And it compels you to believe in this mission of this school. It is one thing to believe something is possible that you have seen before. But for many students who come to De La Salle, they will be the first person in their family to attend college. And to believe that that is possible despite the lack of evidence is the substance of faith. Because faith is the evidence of things hoped for and the substance of things not seen. That's the De La Salle difference. The second difference is scholarship. Now, it's one thing to teach somebody to think. It's another thing to teach somebody what to think. But it's a whole nother level of education when you can teach somebody how to think. De La Salle is a place whose rigorous academic environment challenges you to critically engage in the world. And as our world becomes more complicated and technology and advancements make our interactions with more and more diverse groups of people increasingly likely, it is imperative that we learn how to think and critically engage with our new and ever-expanding world. De La Salle and its wonderful educators taught me to think at a whole new level about faith, about science, about history. I have decided to become a historian, I can say, because of the challenge I got in Mr. Z's class. Now, anyone who's ever been to De La Salle knows Mr. Z's class is a challenge. And that Mr. Z can be challenging. But Mr. Z is someone who admonishes me to think beyond the facts and to make meaning out of the stories other people told. Because of this, I decided to write my senior's honor thesis in history on the history of this city's African-American community. But more than simply go and get some books, go read some newspaper articles. I sat down and I asked the people who lived through those experiences about them, because I know that history is best told through the lenses of people who lived it. And only when we critically engage with those things and expand our mind to incorporate and synthesize new information can we produce the scholarship necessary to excel. And I know that every De La Salle student has had the same experience where an educator has pushed them beyond the limits of traditional education. Now, there may be schools with more resources. There may be schools with, big fancy curriculums and whatnot. that might be true. But there is not another school that it so closely engages its students in a community of learning to push beyond the size and expanse of its limitations to learn and expand their mind for better. But the last part of the De La Salle difference is service. Over the course of my time here at De La Salle, I was involved in LaSallian Youth Ministries as a service ambassador. And from helping on various service projects and retreats, packing lunches to distribute downtown, and our annual Founders Day of Service, I learned here at De La Salle that I am able to help others, to serve others. And I learned that a life that is not lived in service to others is no life at all. I learned from my educators that even when you think you've given all you can, you got a little bit more to give. And if you give just that little bit more, it will be the difference. I have carried this with me at my time to do, serving in various capacities, all of them intended to help people and to pay it forward. I'm reminded of the words of Martin Luther King Jr. that anyone can be great because anyone can serve. You can serve, we can serve, I can serve. I have decided to become a historian, not only because I believe history is important and I believe it my calling, but because as I went through and thought about my life on the people who had the greatest impact, it was educators. But not merely someone who was a teacher with a title, but an educator who was committed to my growth and my development and my success. Someone who had lived their life for service. I stand before you today, graduating from Duke University with distinction, no less, because somebody decided that they would live their life for service, because somebody decided to pay it forward to me. And now I can pay it forward to someone else. And if we can all pay it forward and help someone along the way, we can be someone's difference. I know that De La Salle has made countless stories like mine and Lorena possible. And I know that if we continue to live in service to one another and each other, we can continue to make stories like that possible. That is what this is about. That is the De La Salle difference. Thank you.